Hi, I am Greg Rudeski, and I am English.
And I am Tim Hen Man. Do you see?
And we've decided to have a bit of a knockabout, so there won't be a Lee and Herring show again this week.
They've got to put the tennis on. It's the only sport the BBC's got left. Hey, take that.
Wake up, get out of bed, put on your clothes. Another day is dawning. Turn on your TV. Time to watch This Morning with Richard, not Judy. For better, not worse, it's live, not rehearsed. Made for no money, not for anybody. Welcome your hosts and predictions. Do they have no idea? So let's see how they do on This Morning with Richard, not Judy.
I'm Stewart Lee.
Shut up! And I'm the Dandy Highwayman, who you're too scared to mention. I spend my cash on looking flash and grabbing your attention.
Wait, are you the Dandy Highwayman?
Yep, I am. Yep.
No, this is the question, the words in it. Are you the Dandy Highwayman?
No, I'm the normally dressed normal man.
Yeah, and I'm not too scared to mention you, am I? In fact, I have so little fear of you that I'm quite happy to insult you to your stupid dog's face.
Yeah.
And what do you spend your cash on, looking flash?
No, banana toffee bars and pickled onion monster munch.
Right. And what are you grabbing, our attention?
No, we can't go into that on daytime TV,
right.
Stu.
Good.
You always spoil everything I do.
And coming up later in the show...
At 12:25, we'll be looking at Channel 5's flagship new original programme, How Do They Do That? In which the staff of Channel 5 sit down and watch some good programmes from other channels and then ask each other, how do they do that?
And at 12:34, we'll be providing a fitting response to newly declared billionaire Michael Flatley's Feet of Flames video by setting his feet on fire with some flames.
Oh, good. At 12:42, the BBC will pull us off the air for comprehensive 19-hour coverage of the All East Anglia Under-12s Tiddlywinks contest.
And at 12:50, we'll be looking at Salman Rushdie's latest brilliant disguise. That's right, it's a pair of orange sunglasses.
Who is that masked man, Stu?
Fantastic, isn't it? And please welcome at the piano, pianist Richard Thomas. Now, I told you that would get stuck if you played with it.
Yeah, no, I forgot.
No, actually, Stu, they actually filmed TFI Friday next door to here. I saw Chris Evans yesterday. He is a monster, Stu, a monster!
Rich, saying it in a staccato fashion doesn't make it any more true.
He's a monster! Give him a round of applause!
Rich, saying it in a Robot Wars presenter voice doesn't make it any more... What's he been up to this week?
Well, as a prank, Stu, he'd set up a secret camera in Will's flat.
Yeah.
And he got those papier-mâché U2 headmen.
Oh, they're funny, aren't
They're hilarious, Stu. I tell you, you could put them in a show every single week. They'd never get boring. So he got them they had to watch as the U2 men murdered his family and stuck their heads on spikes.
Will's family. And what was old Will doing during all this?
He was sort of standing behind Chris Evans watching, trying to look as if he wasn't actually upset, but you could see in his heart he was crying, why? Now, if you've been watching the series, you know I'm copying TFI Friday exactly by calling this series TMW RN Judy.
Yeah, and I've explained to you before that there's no point... TFI Friday, that's a clever title. It's clever because the F stands for a swear word.
No,
right?
it's 5 times clever, Stu. Right. Every word in TMW RN Judy is rude, Stu.
What?
It stands for Todger Merkin Wee Ring Nuts Judy. What do you think of that, Stu?
I think it's weak.
Weaker or less sweet than last week in the first week?
I think it is the weakest thing you've ever said, ever.
I think it's strong.
My wife rushed into the kitchen the other day, having accidentally cut off her arm in a threshing machine. Ow, she said. Ow, 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 my arm. Oh, my vain wife, I said, do not cry out in pain. You may think you're suffering now, but consider ye how much greater was the suffering of our Lord upon the cross.
what have you been up to this last fortnight, then,
Well,
Rich?
I've been having a bad fortnight, so I've had some terrible problems with my alligator that I got for Christmas, Stu.
Yeah, your flat's hardly the kind of tropical environment they're used to, is it?
Don't know, there are a lot of mosquitoes.
Yeah, I thought you'd grown out of that fly thing now.
They keep coming back, Stu. They want it, the fly horse.
Yeah, plus you leave all that rotting meat around to attract them, don't you?
I love flies, Stu. I love them. I tell you, a gnat's chuff is literally...
Yeah, OK, right, you did that on Fist of Fun, that.
Yeah, but the BBC are obviously never going to repeat it, so I thought I would, Stu. I love flies. I love them all. I'm not prejudiced. House flies, dragonflies, testes flies. Of course, they're all testes flies by the time I finish.
Yeah, it's tsetse flies, which tsetse flies.
My dad calls them testes flies, and he should know, Stu. Right. Anyway, I solved my alligator problem.
How?
I flushed it down the toilet.
You must never flush an alligator down the toilet.
No, you're right, Stu. It was terrible, because it grew all giant in the sewers, came back up the U-bend all massive, and bit my monkey ass.
Your monkey ass?
Well, my monkey's ass, Stu.
Right. It's very well house-trained, then.
No, he was posing for an hilarious Athena poster, Stu.
You should have known that. You should have known that alligator would come back.
Well, not really, Stu. I got a pet puppy last Christmas, and when I flushed that down the toilet, it didn't come back, Stu.
Rich, what are you doing? What are you doing?
I'm emulating my hero, Stu, the footballing clown Robbie Fowler. I saw him snorting paint last week and I decided to do the same thing.
Rich, he wasn't snorting paint, Robbie Fowler. He was pretending to snort cocaine, right?
You drink cocaine, Stu. Even a lamb knows that. It's terrible him doing that, though, isn't it? I mean, what was the Grange Hill Just Say No campaign for nothing, Stu?
Actually, last year, I don't know if you saw that, the papers alleged that Roland from Grange Hill...
It's Roland, Stu.
Yeah,
everyone knows that.
They alleged he'd been involved with drugs. Of course, I thought he used to spend all his time in the toilets because he was scared of Gripper Stebson.
You look a bit like Gripper Stebson, Stu.
Yeah, and Tucker Jenkins and Leonardo DiCaprio and Roland Gift.
It's Roland Gift, Stu. Everyone knows that. It's not true, Stu. Roland from Grange Hill would never take drugs.
Yeah, Roland from Grange Hill isn't real, right? It was a character played by the actor Erkan Mustafa.
Erkan Mustafa? You know Erkan Mustafa, Stu? I don't call him Erkan Mustafa. I've got a Rory Bremner-style satirical name for him.
What do you call him?
I call him Erkan Mustafa Line of Cocaine.
Right.
No, I don't. I call him Can I have some drugs? I must have some drugs. That's what I call him. It's clever.
Now, this week's aims.
Aim 1 is to prevent media intrusion into the life of the Millennium Baby by having all children born on the 1st of January 2000 murdered in a King Herod-style purge of the infants.
And in the light of the BBC raising £2 million to poach Johnny Vaughan, aim 2 is to raise £4 million to have Kelly Brook scrambled.
Aim 3 is to counteract President Yeltsin's threats to use nuclear weapons against NATO targets by threatening him in turn with the full force of the Mardi Gras bomber. Plastic bag.
Aim 4 is to point out to Stephen Lawrence murder suspect David Norris that simply repeatedly calling Martin Bashir Martin in a polite voice is not enough to establish his innocence.
And aim 5 is to have all the leek-eating, taffy countrymen of Wales chopped up, mate, and they should be left with nothing but freaking stumps.
You can't say that. It's outrageous, racist.
It's just banter, Martin. Harmless banter. I'm a lovable rogue.
Oh, yeah. Lovable rogue, you are. That's a lovable rogue.
As per usual.
Now, as per usual, we'll shortly be selecting a king or queen from the thronging mass that is you, the great British public.
And so please welcome the twin slaves who will serve the king in however he desires, etc. Trevor and Natalie!
Trevor and Natalie.
Look at them! They're dressed as Grange Hill and anti-drug campaign schoolgirls.
Trevor, our small-faced man. Of course, you know, Trevor has tried to distract attention away here from his tiny face by dressing up as a schoolgirl. But it hasn't worked, has it? People are just looking at him going, look, it's the small-faced man, and he's dressed as a schoolgirl.
Leave him alone, Stu. As king of the show, you'll get whatever you want from this, the Robbie Fowler Drugs and Homophobia Memorial Trolley. No. Just say no. Say no. Just say no. Say no. Something like that. No. And the trolley is absolutely loaded with products that are drugs. Some of them you wouldn't expect, like alcohol, which is actually a drug. Ah,
I knew that was
You didn't realise that? And look, cigarettes, that's a drug, Stu. You didn't know that, did you? And coffee, that's a drug. Ah, hold on. Heroin, what's that doing on here?
Heroin is a drug, Rich.
It isn't, Stu. It's a medicine. Stops the dead babies walking across the ceiling. It's great.
Representing a homophobia, of course, we have Shabba Ranks, St Paul there.
Very different faces. But what are drugs, Stu? I have never heard of them.
Well, Rich, perhaps this will explain.
Oh, hello, children. It's me, Histor, Sky TV's one-eyed magic pirate history crow. And welcome to Histor's Eye. All hands on deck. What are you doing down there, Pliny?
You told me to put my hands on the deck, Histor.
Get up here, you nautical bird.
Bird, he said bird.
All hands
Oh, hands
on deck
on the egg. He said egg.
is a sailor term
Turn like a bird, the turn.
calling
Call like a bird, call, wing like a wing bird.
everyone
Egg, hen.
to action.
Egg, hen. Egg, he said egg.
And in any case,
Hen, cage.
you don't have any hands.
Hens.
You're a bird.
Bird like a bird. It's still a good joke. Anyway, what's the news?
Well, me hearty pirate crow,
Crow, he said crow.
you may have seen on the grown-up news
Grown up egg was
that many people
many eggs.
are calling for the drug
The
cannabis
egg, canard, duck. Canard is French for duck.
to be made legal.
Eagle, like an eagle. But what is canard beak, Histor?
To find the answer to
Egg,
that,
sir.
we must go all the way back
Back like a bird's back.
to 1967.
67. Egg.
Come with me now,
Egg
Pliny,
with me now.
as the crow
As
flies.
the egg, eggs. What place is this, Histor?
This is the Woodstock Festival, where cannabis was invented.
This cannabis is delicious.
Yes, far out. I'm feeling really happy.
Look at those crows. It looks like they're talking about us.
It seems like canard beak is a good thing, Histor. It has made those ladies really happy.
Let's go forward in time, just 2 short hours.
Ah, help! I'm mad. There are bees coming out of my face.
Just one sip of cannabis takes you down an irreversible road to madness and death. So, I hope you see now, Pliny, that cannabis is evil and must remain illegal.
Eagle, like an eagle. He must have eaten some canard beak. But what about those people, Histor, who use canard beak for pain relief from multiple sclerosis and arthritis?
The truth is, cannabis causes multiple sclerosis and arthritis and all other diseases. You're much safer with a nice cigarette and a bottle of rum. Bye-bye, children. Yoke ho ho.
Yolk, ho ho, he said yolk, like an egg. I just said egg. Egg! Egg!
And now, 3 ordinary members of the public vie to be this week's king, like rutting stags prancing in the spring light.
Nice, and here they are. Hello, what's your name? Richard. Richard, and it says here you're 28 years old, is that correct?
I'm 28 years old.
I can't believe it. And you say you should be king of the show because I've had a miserable week due to a giant mouth ulcer which really hurts. This evil blemish caused me to bite my tongue midweek, thus doubling the pain but tripling the agony. Is that true? Can we have a look at the said ulcer? There it is. Can we see that? Oh. It's not, I don't know if you can see that in its full nastiness. It's not very nice. And what's your name?
James.
James what?
James Mason.
No, it isn't. And you're 19 tomorrow. You should be king of the show because my fear and confusion at being on national TV may result in a humorous event. It hasn't, unfortunately. No, it has. There we go. That's lucky. Well done.
And you're Helen Bailey.
Hello, yep.
And you say, I should be queen of the show because my mum used to go out with John Motson, and he only ever ate hard-boiled eggs.
There's a slight resemblance between you and John Motson.
No, OK, well, if you called me Martin, I would have believed you, but no. OK, so now the studio audience will democratically choose their monarch with the aid of this, our Roland-ometer. There he is. So, if you like person one, mouth ulcer boy, applaud now.
And the mouth ulcer is sending Roland flying high in the air, up to 40 there. 40
You like
decades.
person two, who predicted a humorous event, applaud now.
Oh, and more. He's as high as a kite. He's gone to 60 decades.
Or, if you were to choose hard-boiled egg John Motson woman, applaud now.
My God, it's gone off the scale. That's going to take some coming down from.
And the winner is Helen Bailey.
Take the fools away and crown the king.
Centre there.
And Queen, have you got a law you would like to pass very quickly?
My law,
There's no time for that.
Lots of laws.
Lots of laws.
The king has...
What a great queen she's going to be.
Spoken. Bye.
Oh, hi. You just caught me milking Gary. He loves being milked. Look at his little face. It's almost as if he understands. Now, goat milk is just one of the many milks that is available on the planet Earth today. But today I'll be tasting a much more exotic milk, American beaver milk. Delicious.
There's little I enjoy more than sucking on an American beaver. But if you are going to take your milk directly from the beaver bosom, then do watch out for the teeth. They can give you a nasty nip. Which is why any serious milk drinker's kitchen will have one of these. An American beaver milk crate. Just turn the button on here, turn this knob here, and leave it to beaver. Which would be funny if you lived in America. There we go. Fresh beaver milk at almost no physical cost to the animal itself. And the taste? Well, as you'd expect from the beaver, it's quite a fishy taste, and not as full-bodied as the muskrat or seal. But nonetheless, it's still worth 7 out of 10. There'll always be milk.
Lazy comedy slacks, lazy comedy slacks, tedious setups, predictable gags, lazy boring comedy slacks, lazy boring comedy slacks.
And on this week's Lazy Comedy Slags, and then I got off the bus.
Now, comedians will never fail to surprise us with their inventive way of doing the same pullback and reveal joke again and again. So I will now demonstrate the "and then I got off the bus" joke. You know, the other day I was really drunk. I woke up, I was naked, I had sick all over me, I had a traffic cone stuck up my bum, I was in a state of priapic excitement. Then I got off the bus.
What? You're on a bus all along?
That's right.
I assumed you must have been on your own at home.
No, I was on a bus.
Oh, my expectations were confounded, and from thence the humour arose.
Indeed. Observe once more as I bewitch you all again with my magic.
Bewitch me.
The other day, I was really badly constipated. I was straining away for about 3 hours. I just couldn't go. And finally, I was managed to release my bowel, and then I got off the bus.
Oh, I thought you were on the toilet,
No,
Stu.
I was on a bus all along.
Believe it.
The other day, I was indulging in my own sexual pleasure in the sinful act of onanism. I was there, going on, ages, and then I got off the bus.
Yeah, that's happened to me a few times as well, Stu. It's embarrassing, isn't it? I didn't want to get off the bus. The police forced me to get off.
I was joking when I said
Oh, so was I. Get off the bus.
Another good tip, actually, in this is to go at the end of the phrase, and then I got off the bus, as it gives the impression that you're moving on to a new piece of material and flatters the audience by implying that they are clever to have spotted the joke so quickly.
And then I got off the bus.
That's right.
OK, can I have a go at it, Stu?
No, because we tried 28 years old, you messed
No,
that
I'll
up.
do it properly, honestly. I've got a really good idea. OK.
Go on, then.
You know, I was on the bus the other day, and...
No, I'm going to have to stop you
No,
now,
Stu,
sorry.
don't. Let me go. I think I'm going to confound you here. I think I will.
Right.
I was on the bus the other day. I got on at Balham, travelled 2 stops down to Tooting, rang the bell. Then I got off the bus. Then I got off the bus.
No. Because the fact that you're on the bus, right, that has to be a surprise, OK?
Oh.
And also, the thing you're doing has to be something we couldn't imagine possibly taking place on a bus,
I completely
right?
missed. I'll do it again, so I've got another one. OK, I wasn't on the bus the other day. I was indulging in behaviour you wouldn't expect in such a public place as a bus, because, as I said, I wasn't on a bus. Then I got off the bus.
No. Now, for experienced scholars, the "and then I got off the bus" joke doesn't even have to take place on a bus. It could be any public place. Other possible punchlines include these. And then I was thrown out of the public library. Then I got out of the toddler's paddling pool. Or the classic. And then I was sacked as head of the girls' boarding school biology department. That's right. I was one of the teachers.
Oh, that was a double surprise, Stu. You're brilliant.
Thank you.
And so, what did I mean, do you think, when I said, judge not, lest ye be judged? Matthew?
Don't judge other people or you'll be judged in heaven.
No,
Maybe.
no.
Peter?
It means if you are judgmental to others, they will be judgmental to you in return.
Well done, Peter, that's very good, well done. And so, the cock is a signal for me. Not for you. Don't laugh, Judy, this is obvious what I meant. Now, apart from some childish behaviour, I've been very pleased with all your discipling this week. So, off you go, and we'll see you tomorrow. Hey, can you stay behind for a minute, Thaddeus? Don't worry, you're not in trouble. Now, did you enjoy my parable today, Thaddeus?
Yeah, it's all right.
And, is everything all right at home, you know, with your mum and dad?
I suppose.
Thaddeus, are you happy here, being a disciple?
Yeah, it's all right.
It's just that I've been keeping my eye on you, Thaddeus, and I've noticed that, when we're all out and about in a group, you tend to hang around at the back, trying to look like you're discipling. But, I don't really think you know what you're doing at all, do you? Do you think that'd be fair to say?
Don't know.
Maybe if you had a gimmick, you know. Peter's got his rock thing and Doubting Thomas doubts things.
Judas never does anything.
Well, he'll think of something. I mean, what kind of things do you like doing?
Nothing.
Do you not have any hobbies?
No.
Well, what are you interested in?
Listening to contemporary music.
It's not really a hobby, is it, listening to contemporary music? You can't be listening to contemporary music, Thaddeus, can you? You know, it has to be something catchy, like Doubting Thomas, you know.
I could be double-checking, Thaddeus.
How do you mean?
Well, when you've made a plan for the day, I could go round to all the other disciples and make sure that they've understood it.
No, I don't really think that's...
I don't want to do anything else.
Well, would you be happy doing that, double-checking things?
Yeah, definitely.
OK, well, that's settled then. Double-checking Thaddeus it is. Well, I'm glad we had this little talk, aren't you? Hey? Go on, off you go, then go and play with the others. Go on. So we'll meet at 6 o'clock at Lazarus's house for this week's miracle, OK?
Yep.
Thaddeus?
What?
You're not going to double-check that?
It's boring.
I'll do it, Jesus.
Don't help him, Peter. He's only cheating himself. He's only cheating himself.
And just before we meet the Curious Orange this week, I have to apologise. Someone rang in last time we were on to say that the screaming and fighting of the Orange had disturbed their son, who'd had to hide behind the sofa and has apparently been so scared that he's been unable to eat or sleep properly since. He was, of course, 28 years old.
Oh, I imagine he was about 4,
No, he
Stu.
wasn't, he was 28.
It's the Curious Orange!
Hello, Mr. Rich. Hello, Mr. Stew. I'm Curious Orange.
What are you curious about this week?
I'm very curious about this curious little conundrum. If Christian morality suggests we suppress natural inclinations towards violence, then is not Christian morality itself inherently unnatural?
You're curious about that, are you, Frederick Nietzsche Orange, are you? Aren't you curious about why the shower suddenly goes from very hot to very cold, or say, why people in TV commercials behave unrealistically?
No, Mr. Stew.
You've changed, you have, I tell you. All right, OK, well, in answer to your question, Curious Orange, in many ways, yes, an attack on the roots of passion is an attack on the roots of life. Listen to me. Is an attack on the roots of life itself. So some philosophers would describe Christian morality as actively hostile to life, yes.
Oh, I see.
Is your curiosity satisfied now, Curious Orange?
Don't think that you can satisfy me. I am the superior being. I am a superior being.
It is my right to feast on human flesh.
Very soon you will all see my power.
He's got his son! Stop him! For the love of God! Somebody do something! Get away, Stu! He's gone mad!
Take him away and restrain him. He's a danger to himself.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Curious Orange!
And, now it's time for another film to be given an extra final scene. Cheers.
Thelma and Louise. Current plot. Ridley Scott's powerful feminist fable and road movie sees Gina Davis and Susan Sarandon flee their domineering male partners while hounded by thuggish barroom cowboys, sexist truck drivers and misguided policemen. At the end of the film, surrounded on 3 sides by the law and cut off by the Grand Canyon, they reaffirm their friendship one final time.
I repeat, turn your engine off and place your hand in full view.
Let's keep going.
What do you mean?
Go!
You sure?
Yeah. Yeah!
Extra final scene. As they approach the edge of the cliff, Susan Sarandon brakes suddenly.
Oh, hold on. What am I thinking? My husband will be at home expecting his dinner. We were wrong. Men are better than women, and our only purpose in life is to serve them in whatever way they want.
And then they les up.
What ails you, Rich?
I'm having some problems with my octopus, Stu.
Another unusual Christmas gift.
Yeah, I don't really like it, though. It keeps squirting ink all over the flat and waving its tentacles in visitors' faces.
Yeah, you don't want that, do you? An octopus waving its tentacles in visitors' faces.
I said tentacles!
So did I.
So anyway, I flushed it down the toilet.
Haven't you learned from the alligator incident, Rich?
No. And it was terrible, Stu, because a couple of weeks later, the octopus came back really giant out of the toilet and it bit my ass.
Your ass?
Yeah, my donkey, Stu, yeah. It was posing on the toilet for a photo.
Another one of those hilarious Athena posters.
No, a specialist publication. Right. I like all donkeys, Stu. I'm not prejudiced. I like miniature donkeys, point-two donkeys, long-eared donkeys. Of course, they're all long-eared donkeys by the time I finish with them.
Of course, you ended up in... You ended up in prison for your behaviour with that donkey, didn't you?
Yeah, it was ridiculous, Stu. Me and that donkey were being intimate in a consensual adult relationship, not doing any harm to anyone. Then I got thrown off the beach.
Yeah. I knew you were on
It was entrapment, Stu. The sign said donkeys 50p a ride.
Yeah, I knew.
Anyway, now it's time to welcome back a man who is a man on a horse that is a horse. It's Nostradamus and his horse, David Collins. Whoa there. Hello there, Nostradamus.
Hello there, it's
Oh dear, he's a bit flighty today, isn't he?
Very flighty.
OK, well, first, let's take a look at your 3 predictions from last week. Remember, you just have to get 2 out of 3 of these right, and you will go home with this lovely garden barbecue. There it is.
Oh, I do hope I win it this week. Can I have a fence and all?
No, right, come on, Nostradamus, on your mark here. Are you nervous?
A little bit.
OK, well, let's have you. First of all, you said that a female TV presenter would appear in a men's magazine in a bra and pants in a hopes of promoting her career. The news said... Correct, yes, Kelly Brook appeared in the May issue of GQ and about 10 others.
Obviously going to happen. Obviously, it happens every month.
Stu, don't be jealous of Nostradamus. Come on, David. Come on, David, leave him alone. Come on. I expect that behaviour of Stu, not of you, David. Come on. Look at the... Second, you said that York City would lose 3-1 against Chesterfield last Saturday. The news said... No, sorry, they actually lost 2-1.
No, it was close enough. What did everybody? It's still lost.
Don't appeal to them. You're wrong.
No, I was talking in code. Don't you anything?
What, and 3 is code for 2 in your system?
No, I'm sorry. Sorry, Nostradamus, there's a Chinese burn there for you.
And, that barbecue and fence set looking so far away now.
Right, one more chance. Finally...
Natalie.
Come on. Don't lick that beaver, Natalie. Come on. Finally, Nostradamus, you said that the voice of the unusual bird... I think we know what's going to happen with this one. It seems to have fallen off. The voice of the unusual bird will appear in the pipe of the breathing floor, and men will celebrate Thursday as their feast day. You're in trouble, you are, Trevor, now. The news said... No! Oh, you put that one up, do you?
No, I was speaking in code. The unusual bird is Martine McCutcheon, and her voice was heard everywhere because she was promoting her terrible new record.
That's true. And the pipe of the breathing floor?
It is a bouncy castle, because Martine McCutcheon's record was played as people bounced on a bouncy castle at released a fair on Thursday. You're a very stupid man.
No, it wasn't. Smash the barbecue! Smash it!
No!
Another Chinese burn for you, Nostradamus, there. It's a good one.
Yes, you God for making me this way.
Tell me, what are your predictions for the coming week?
Well, prediction number 1, a very flighty actress will make a spectacle of herself at the BAFTAs tonight.
Could happen.
Whoa! Prediction number 2, Lady Margaret Thatcher will die. And prediction number 3, the great fish will come to complain and weep, and then it'll rain on Friday.
Good. Can you... Can you come back next week to see if those come right?
Do you know, I think I just might.
Ladies and gentlemen, Nostradamus and a horse, his horse, David Collins. His horse. It's his horse.
When Sir Isaac Newton invented gravity, he dared to think he knew better than God. But Newton had created a Frankenstein that would one day devour him. Hi, I'm Greg Evigan, Heinemann in the movie Stripped to Kill. And truly, it is the Frankenstein monster of gravity which makes things get knocked over, spill, and fall out of cupboards. This week, spaghetti.
My ex-husband, Peter, had wanted to meet up and discuss his maintenance payments, access to Tim, that sort of thing. Peter's been a bit unpredictable lately, so Citizens' Advice suggested that I should meet him in a public place and take someone with me. So Carl, is my gentleman friend, he came with me and sat out of sight. I had a lovely bolognese, and Peter had some old pie or some... Anyway.
Oh, have you thought about what I've been saying?
Peter was quite polite at first, but then when I said to him that he should have had the bolognese, he started saying that that was typical, and why couldn't he eat the pies that he liked?
I don't like Italian food.
Whereas you're always having a pie, aren't you? You never stop eating pies.
What do I like?
Pies. No, just try something different, Peter. That's all I'm saying to you. You're so stuck in your ways. That's what I've got you.
Please come back.
Suddenly, he seemed very agitated.
I need you. Love you.
Oh, God, no.
Please.
No, don't stop me.
I can't stand it. Every night it's the same. I can't stop. I'm thinking of it.
And that's when he threw the spaghetti at me. It was most embarrassing, to be honest. People staring.
Well, yes, I'd had a few drinks, admittedly, but I'd had a hard day at work. And I certainly didn't throw spaghetti at Margaret, or whatever other gossip her tongue has been saying about me. I merely banged my clenched hand on the table, and the shockwave sent the spaghetti towards Margaret like a meteor in space. Well, luckily, the Carl chap was there to comfort her, I noticed. I mean, what sort of a world is it when a man can't throw harmless pasta shapes into the face of his ex-wife? She should have had the pie. No, she had to have the pasta. Pasta.
With his gravity monster, Sir Isaac Newton dared to mock God. But what happened when Sir Isaac Newton died? That's right, he fell over. God will not be mocked, my friend. And that is why things get knocked over, spill, or fall out of cupboards. I'm Greg Evigan. Tread carefully now.
So, here you are at your shrine to the Corrs.
My Corrs shrine, so you call it by his name.
Okay, all right, yeah. You know Andrea Corr?
Yes, of course I do.
You know she's going out with Robbie Williams?
No, she isn't. She loves me.
Isn't that a picture of Robbie Williams there, Rich?
No. No, it isn't.
You've got all the videos and stuff here as well, haven't you?
Leave that alone, Stu. It's good, this video. The man Corrs spoils it, though, Stu.
Right.
Tell you, because you're sitting there, you know, I'm enjoying it on my own special way. You're sitting there, enjoying it. Andrea's there singing. I'm enjoying her. Then you see the other two ugly sisters, but they look a bit like Andrea if you squint, and my enjoyment is reaching a peak, Stu. But just at the crucial moment of enjoyment, the man Corrs comes on and spoils it. Then I get thrown out of the Royal Albert Hall, Stu.
I knew you in the Royal Albert Hall.
No, I wasn't. You thought I was watching on a video,
No,
didn't
I knew
you?
you were at
But
the
I
Royal
wasn't. What do you think of that?
Nothing.
See you, pal! 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 We cease it all! And you're all English! Well, we're no English. We're Scottish.
Well, it was an amazing time for comedy. Amazing times. I think Alan and I were the first Scottish people to really go down to London and tell London audiences of English people what it was like to be Scottish. And they were amazed. We'd never seen anything like it. Scottish people just didn't do that in the late 70s. We didn't have a national voice. Well, there was Russ Abbott.
Stop this! The sons of London wars! We're Scottish, not English! Oh, yes, we are, we promise! We're Scottish! We're Scottish! We're our bodies and talents! We're Scottish!
And all the Braveheart movie and that, and the Scottish Parliament. Well, without what we did, I don't think any of that could have happened. It's amazing times.
Also, and I may be wrong about this, but I think we were the first people on what was called back then the alternative circuit to really make fun of Welsh people.
Scottish! And at least we are not Welsh.
We do a lot of voiceovers for commercials nowadays.
Shortbread, haggis, porridge, that sort of thing.
It's very popular with the Scotch accent.
I was just thinking about my toilet, Stu.
No, look, just don't do that.
I'm sure it's enchanted, Stu. Every time I flush something down the toilet, it comes back a couple of weeks later really big.
Well, I can see where this is going, so can they, and it's just don't do it. Okay?
But Stu, the thing is, I flushed a poo down it a couple of weeks ago, Stu.
Right, save yourself the embarrassment.
No, I was wondering what will happen, right, if it comes back now, really giant, and attacks me.
It's absolutely pathetic.
A giant
It's
poo.
just pathetic. Rich, look.
Oh, watch out, here it comes. Like the alligator and the octopus.
Yeah, Rich, don't be stupid. The alligator, right, that grows bigger because it's alive, right? Your toilet isn't magic, mate. You know, you're like a caveman, ascribing superstition to explain a baffling phenomenon.
Are you jumping on with me?
No, stop it now, stop.
Stop it.
You've embarrassed me. You've embarrassed the audience. You've embarrassed the floor manager.
I haven't.
You have. You're embarrassed, aren't you, Chris?
Very.
See? But worst of all, you've embarrassed yourself.
Well, just thought it might be...
Might be what? What did you think?
I thought maybe the toilet was magic.
And then what?
It'd be like poo coming out going, I'm a giant poo, and I'd be going, oh, that.
Well, you were wrong, weren't you? Don't cry about it. You're just making it more embarrassing. It's just pathetic. Everyone's looking at you.
Leave me alone! Leave me alone!
They're still looking, Rich.
Make them stop, Stu.
No, Rich. They'll never stop. They'll keep looking at you because of your stupid idea and laughing at you. They hate you. You don't have a friend in the world.
Curse you, God, for making me this way!
For 40 days and 40 nights had I nor food nor shelter. Then stripped I me naked and did beat upon my manhood with thorned plants, crying, "Out, demons, out!" Then did my seed fall upon the floor, and I was sore ashamed. Anyway, then I got off the bus.
Pretty much the end of the show.
If you want to write to us on parchment with old-fashioned quill pen, our writing address is that.
Or you can get with it, Grandad, and surf the information supernet and email us at this address.
The supernet. Or that'd be better, because any letters we get we just throw away. Or you can visit the website at this link here.
He's escaped! He's escaped! Oh, no, for the love of humanity, stop him!
Bye.
Bye.